Welcome to my carrot bed. This is a 50 foot by 36 inch raised bed that I built 5 years ago. And the way I built it was I tilled the dirt out. I tilled my entire garden. And then I took and marked out this spot right here. Then I dug all that dirt, 12 inches of that dirt out, scooped it out on some boards, took my tiller, put it back in here, and tilled it out another 12 inches. And I scooped all that loose dirt back into here and leveled it off. Then I built the frame, this 36 inch by 50 foot frame, and by 6 inches deep. And then I filled it with mushroom compost and leaves, worm castings, and in between the level dirt at the bottom and the mushroom compost, I literally put a half-inch thick layer of cardboard down. I wet it and then put the mushroom compost in here. And then I planted it with carrots. I had the finest carrots you ever seen in your life. Kept doing that, okay? Well, every 7 years, according to the book of Leviticus, you're supposed to let your garden rest. Let your crops rest. So, the last 2 years I have. It was a marital situation with my wife. She didn't like gardening. She didn't care for gardening. That's neither here nor there. But and this year was the 7th year, so I allowed my garden to rest. Well, it grew up in weeds, knee high or waist high, and now I've got to get all those weeds out of my garden because I'm gonna crank it up next year because I'll be out of canned vegetables by June. So I'll be eating fresh vegetables and canning vegetables at the same time. Yeah. So, all right, guys. I'm gonna show you just how the weeds come out of here. They're growed up. I hate it. This is why I don't like raised beds. I just soon take and break this up with my tiller and get started growing. But it's not going to be that easy. I got to pull all these weeds up first, and then I can plant it and go about my business. The dirt is still good. It's very good. It's soft. I can't believe how well it did. But I do not like raised beds because I've got a bunch of raised beds back there, and they've all been neglected because every 7 years you're supposed to let your garden rest. That means do nothing in your garden. When it says rest, when the Lord says rest, He means rest. Just like other things He says, it's what He means. But as you see, it's pretty soft dirt. I am impressed with that. It's real soft down to 6 inches, and it's still soft even deeper than that, down to the 12-inch mark, I would say. And I'm thinking that if I was to stick a shovel in it or something, it would be very easily dug out at to 20 inches or more, because I did till it deeper than 20 inches. 12 plus 12 is 24. But it's very dry down there. I mean, it's super dry. The drought has really took its toll on this part of the country. Now, and here's a chart showing the drought conditions in Texas. It's showing us that in a moderate drought, but I would list it more closely as in my experience, a severe drought. We're halfway between where it says Lufkin and that yellow line. I will water, but they have raised our water rates to the point to where we can't afford to water much. So I may have to go to some drastic measures. I may have to have a well drill. And then I'll have to ask for permission from the city to have a well drilled. Ain't that something? What a beautiful mess our government's got this world in. Thank you for joining me on my new channel, and I hope that we get to know one another very well over the next few years, months, days. Anything that you hear me say on my channel is from pure experience, my experience, not someone else's, not from a fad or anything else. I don't put into things that don't work. If it don't work, I'm not going to tell you to do it. Okay? Thank you, and y'all have a great day. And once again, thank you for subscribing. Water morning and evening for 6 days. Then you should notice greenery. Then continue watering once, maybe twice a week, unless it's raining regular. If it's raining regular, just leave it alone. Yes, we're going to have to thin, but it's going to be a joyous thing because we're going to be eating what we thin. And so catch me at a later date on the next video, and I'll show you how to thin and how to use them. Guys, enjoy your garden. Don't work yourself to death.